I'm the kind of person that researches everything before I buy it, and that doesn't exclude sewing patterns because aside from spending the time sewing, I spend a huge bulk of my time trying to find the perfect pattern to recreate exactly what I want. And most of the time, it's something that I saw on Pinterest or it's from a clothing brand that's really expensive. So if you happen to also like these clothes, have them saved on your Pinterest, and you want to make your own version, then these are the sewing patterns you can use to make your own. These are my contemporary sewing pattern recommendations, part one, because I will be making this a series because I have so many patterns that I want to share with you, but I want to categorize each video. So today's video will be like our kickoff. So we're going to talk a little bit about pants, tops, and skirts. And I will be sharing all of my inspiration pics. You can see what I'm referencing. And I have my computer right here. If you catch me looking down at any point, this is what I'm looking at. Starting off with pants. If you've been wanting a side tie trouser, a pant with a built-in belt, or a pant with a skirt detail, then you can use the Niki Pants by Iggi Patterns. And what I love about this pattern is that there are three variations that you can choose from. So you can pick either this one with the side tie, this one with the belt and grommet detail, and she also has a tutorial on how she changes the belt piece into a skirt. Like, I just think that's so cool. Each of these pants literally straight out of Pinterest, like all of my inspiration. And honestly, Iggy Patterns is one of my favorite pattern makers. I mean, I only discovered her this past year, but I just love all of her patterns. I love her style. I love her content. And honestly, everything that she makes is something that I would buy. And the Niki pants are definitely on my list of makes for 2026. I need them in like a variety of colors. So if you've been wanting any of the pants I showed you, make sure you check out the Niki pants, and all of her patterns are available on Etsy. How many of you love Paloma Wool? Because I love Paloma Wool. I think her clothes are so beautiful. And you know what? I think this is going to be the year that I treat myself to something, like one thing of hers. I think I'm going to do it. But you've probably seen these pants with the built-in skirt. I think they're so cool. So if you've been wanting to make your own version, you can actually use this pattern from Puff and Pencil. Like, does the pattern in the original pant not look so similar, like almost identical? So this pattern is actually available in two places. So you can purchase it on Etsy or directly on the website. And if you've never been on the Puff and Pencil website, you should check it out. It's a really cool website. Just to talk a little bit about Paloma Wool. So those pants are made out of 92% Cupro and 8% elastane. And what I really like about the fabric is that it looks kind of velvety, like lived in, washed in a little bit. So if I make these, I think that I'm gonna have to purchase this fabric online because I thrift most of my fabric, and I don't think that I'll be finding Cupro at the thrift store. I mean, maybe, but probably not. But if I am able to find a good color match, I just want to find something that gets me as close as to her colors. So either that really pretty navy or that kind of like lived in black or like washed out brown color, I think are so pretty. Okay, so if you've been wanting a pant with a built-in wrap skirt, then there are two patterns that you can choose from. So the first one is by Sunday School, and it's her sleepy pleated pant pattern. I think this pattern is so beautiful. And what I really like about it is that it has an elastic waistband, which makes it really beginner friendly actually. And what I've seen on Etsy on all of her review photos is this pant in darker colors, so like navy, brown, and black, and like some plaids, but I haven't seen this in a white. I think this would be really pretty in a white cotton or especially a white linen for spring and summer. So let me know what you think of that. And then if you want something that still has the wrap style but not the pleats, then you can use this one from Jesslicious Patterns, and I just think that's a really fun name. I do think that this pattern though is for more of a confident beginner because just from looking on Etsy, this pattern does have a zipper, and then I think there's a little bit more details that go into making this pant. Either way, I think both pants are so cool, and honestly, if I wore either of these pants into the office, it would like instantly make me best dressed. And both of these patterns are available on Etsy. Now we're getting into tops, and I don't know why, I'm just really obsessed with keyhole tops. I'm like super fixated on them for some reason, and I've decided that I need them all in a variety of colors and fabrics. So I really like this pattern from Cherry Hills. It's her Roxy shirt. What I really like about this pattern is that there are also two sleeve options. So you can make it sleeveless or have a little cap sleeve, which is super cute. And I just think keyhole tops are like the perfect elevated basic because it's something that you can also dress down and wear it really casually, but you could also dress it up with styling, but also in the type of fabric that you make it in. I just have to show you this really pretty satin silky one. I think that's so nice and I need it, and I'm gonna figure out how to make it. I want to share something else that I'm obsessed with. So I have been very obsessed with like vintage athleisure wear, and I really want to make this keyhole top but in a black nylon so I can wear it to work out, so it could match my black leggings and I could have a set. Wouldn't that be so cute? Like a black keyhole workout top. I just have to figure out the top because I don't know if I want to do like the built-in bra for the padding or if I just want to make it like quadruple lined because I do want it to be double lined the front and then I would make like a bra piece and make that double line. So then the front would be like 4 layers of fabric technically, well, just like around my chest part. So let me know what you think. I just think that would be so cute. And then for the keyhole part, instead of it being a tie, I think that I would cut that piece on the fold so it was like one piece and then I would just like twist the front. So it'd be like a little twisty in the front. I think like, oh, I think it's so cute. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna make it. I have two wrap top styles that I want to talk about. So the first one is like a very constructed button down wrap top with like a lot of ties. I have seen a lot of like DIY thrift flips, and I don't think this thrift flip is that simple. I think it really depends on your skill level and how much fabric that you're working with. And I just feel like I'm not there yet. I don't think that I could pull it off. I will be making my own version, but I'm going to use this pattern. It's the Japanese blouse pattern by Pattern Cost Patterns. I think it's so beautiful. The front, gorgeous. I love that it also has long sleeves if you're someone that wants sleeves. And I love that there's like an opening here on the slit. So pretty. Love the back. I think the only thing that I won't make are the two like really long pieces. I would just be really paranoid that, I don't know, they would like choke me every time I sit down, or if I'm walking, they're going to be like blowing in someone's face or someone's going to like pull on them. So I probably won't make that one, but I think this top is so pretty. I love it. Also, with the constructed wrap top, you know what I think would be really cool is if you made it in two fabrics. So, like, one side was one striped fabric, and then the other side is maybe white or like a solid color that that like goes with the stripes. And then when you wrap it, oh, I think that would look so cool. And then another wrap top that you could do if you don't want something that constructed are these two. So the first one is by Sunday School, and I'm sure that you've seen this pattern everywhere. I think this is going to be the year that I finally make my own version. And then another option, if you want more of like a high neck with like a little bit more ties going off to the side, then you can use this one from Alejandra Patterns, and both of those patterns are available on Etsy. I have two really good skirt patterns for you. So the first one is inspired by the Mode Mischief skirt, and I know that I'm super late to the party on this. I know, but I think this skirt is so beautiful and I just love all the colors that they've released this in. I don't know if you've seen this, like the two-tone skirt. I think that taupe with the pink, it's like blowing my mind. Like I think it's so pretty and I need it. So if you also want to make your own, then you can use this pattern by Iggy Patterns. It's her Ida skirt. And what I really like about this pattern is that there are two length options that you can choose from. So you can do the mid-length one or the mini one. And with the mini one, these are my inspo pics for the mini one. Like literally looks like my inspo pics. So I really want to make the mini version in white and then like a striped fabric. I think that would look so nice for spring and summer. And then the last skirt is by Bratty Franchine. So if you've been wanting kind of like an asymmetrical parachute pleated skirt, this is a really good pattern. I've seen this skirt made in a lot of plaids, which I do definitely want to make it in a plaid. And the way that I would style it for the colder months would be like with a tall black or brown boot, a wide belt, like an off the shoulder chunky sweater. I think that would look really nice. But for spring and summer, I do want to make this skirt in a white or a black. I think that would look really nice and just dress it up with some sandals. And this pattern is also available on Etsy. As I mentioned in my intro, I spent a lot of time researching patterns because I'm just very particular with what I like and I just want to be very intentional with what I make. I think that when you're an absolute beginner in the early stages of learning how to sew, doing beginner level projects or and sewing patterns, you realize as your skills progress that maybe what you made in the beginning doesn't actually fit with the dream wardrobe that you're trying to create or doesn't really go with the personal style that you're trying to develop. And that's okay. So that's why I just spent a lot of time researching and also just watching tutorials all the way through. If there is a video tutorial for the pattern, looking at review photos because I want to see all the different versions that people make. And also, if something isn't available, what am I trying to say? Like if there isn't a pattern for a specific item that I want, I will figure out how to like re-engineer something that I really have. I will figure out how to re-engineer something to get what I want. So like using my everything I made in 2025 video, I made this asymmetrical off the shoulder top. And at the time it was above my skill level and there were no patterns for that particular top. So I just put two patterns together, but it was so worth it because I just really wanted that top. And so if I have to put in a little bit of extra work to get exactly what I want, I will. So thank you so much for watching and for being here. If you're still here, I hope that you liked this video and that you're excited for my new series. And I just really hope that this series helps make your search for the perfect pattern a little bit easier.